Aspergers Steve story 4 today. Working on story 4 right for you guys. I want to talk about jobs, and I have had a lot of them. I've been through enough jobs to say I had enough jobs for 6 or 7 lifetimes of jobs. I had a total of 42 jobs by the time I was 30. And part of it was always, I'm a lazy person. That's what I was told in school, so that's what I assumed. So I kept trying and trying. Couldn't figure out why every time I got a new job, the stress of it all would just get to me. I'd be like to the point of trying to go to the job and my palms would be sweating, butterflies in the stomach, heart pounding, sweating. I couldn't figure out why. So I just kept trying. I'm like, well, I guess this ain't the job for me. I guess this ain't the job for me. And in total, actually, I've been jobs that I actually went to and jobs offered is well over 50. Probably 12 to 15 jobs I never even went to. So jobs are extremely stressful because you have to be social in the job. The one job that I did have that I actually stayed at for 4 years, I only worked with 2 people during the winter months. They were the owners, and then in the summertime the stress levels would start growing because I had to work with usually 3 more new people because it was more of a landscaping / gardening / liquor store / feed store. It was a general purpose store back still from like the early 1900s. I think that's when the store started. I don't know. That's when it's sometime. I don't know exactly when the store started. That was my longest job. My shortest job would be a few hours. Most of the time, if I could get into the place and I got to the job, I wouldn't leave until the shift ended, but then I usually wouldn't come back because there was just too much stress. And then there'd be other jobs where I'd go for a week, 2 weeks, couple months. Started sticking around for about a year, and then anytime I'd screw something up, I would usually quit. I would just be like, the stress, I guess OCD would kick in of being perfection. I cannot do a mistake. And for an example, I was working at a Windows company, building windows, doing apparently a really good job. But I drilled some holes wrong in the windows, and the stress of it, I just couldn't even handle it. So I didn't go back the next day, and they called, and every job called, always, most of the time, wouldn't answer the phone. Michelle answered the phone for them because I think they kept calling. And the owner actually talked to her saying I was a very good worker. He really wanted me to come back. But the stress of that little screw up, and they even told me, don't worry about it. It's fine. You're just an inch or two. I was just like an inch or 2 off with the holes. They said it's fine. It must have been like an inch because it was really close, but I just couldn't take it. The stress of it, of, oh my God, I did a mistake at a job. And that's where it revolves around my whole entire life. Is if I mess something up, I usually will wind up quitting it because I couldn't do it perfect. And something I've always taught my kids is you don't always have to be perfect to be good at something, because perfection comes with practice. And I've learned this now over the past 10 years that I don't have to be so perfect, but it's still really hard. So I don't know how I got onto this from jobs, but I guess this does have to do with the job. Going back, I could say the jobs I liked. I loved being a maintenance man because I do not like repetition, where you got to keep doing the same job repeatedly, day in and day out. Like a job I had building radiators. Yeah, building radiators for huge front end loaders. You know, those ones like in a Corey's that are massive. I just had to put these little fins into this rig and just kept doing that. I think I would make like 8 or 9 a day. I was actually surpassing the other guy who was there for like 20 some years doing it, and I was passing him right up. They kept giving me harder and harder radiators to build because I was going so fast at it. And I couldn't handle it. I'm like, there was like 20 or 30 people working there. They were all being like, wow, you're doing a really good job. Everybody's patting me on the back, and I was going nuts. And the inside, I was like ready to run out of the place screaming. So I didn't go back. Then worked for another company called, man, I can't remember the name. It was a plastic company. And first day I was there, they put me on the easiest machine. I was actually bored waiting for these machines to make molds between each casting. Then the next day I actually went back again. They put me on the fastest machine and could keep up. I was keeping up. Did screw up one thing, and of course right there I screwed up something and panic set in, and that was the end of it. Third day, driving to work, stressed beyond belief, sweating, just pouring sweat. And I kept forcing myself. I was like, I'm going, I don't care, I don't know what's wrong with me, because I did not know I had Aspergers syndromes at the time yet. And I'm like, whatever, I'm going. So I forced myself to go. I saw the building, and then the next thing I remember is I'm driving down some road. I don't know what happened. I still, to this day, don't know what happened. The stress levels must have pretty much blacked me out, but I was still driving, and I went up in another direction. Went to Southridge. I remember that because I was so stressed out because I freaked out that I was driving and don't remember because I was on the freeway, got off the freeway. I had to drive past the place, and then I was just driving down this road. And as I drove down this road, it had to be near Southridge, because like 10-15 minutes later, all of a sudden I was at Southridge. So I stopped there and stayed there for a little while, and then went back home and was all miserable and depressed again because I didn't know what was wrong with me yet. Then once I found out about Asperger's syndrome and found out I had it, every job made sense why I couldn't stay at the jobs. So then I tried a few more jobs trying to deal with it, now knowing I have this problem. But the anxiety is still there. Social anxiety was still there. It wasn't going to just magically go away. I'm hoping, doing these films is part of the reason why I'm doing them, is I am forcing myself to be social, but in small amounts. And instead of talking to a group of people standing in front of me, I'm talking to a camera. And I know a group of people could potentially watch my videos, but I don't really have to worry about that right here. If I become a popular person on YouTube, then that's where I'll have to start becoming more social. And I'm actually okay with that, because doing these films have brought me more and more out. I say thank you to people now when they hold the door open for me, or if somebody says thank you, because I try to always be a polite person. I will say you're welcome if they say thank you to me, something I've never really done before. I'm starting to notice. So I'm slowly starting to come out of the shell. So I'm hoping someday down the road that I can actually fight this and actually be able to go out into the world by myself without having to have a chaperone of some sort. So that's the job thing. I'm getting up there in the 10-minute range, so I think that's it for now. I'm Aspergers Steve. Thank you for watching. Keep watching my videos. Daily vlog. I have a daily vlog on this channel. Subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate subscribers, and all my viewers. So, have yourself a good day, and I'll see you on the next one I'll make of Asperger stories.